Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. Hi Overhorde. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me, especially because it's not the usual day, so thanks. Yeah, today I have a few things planned. We had animation this week in school, so I made my first animation, and I thought, why not show it to you guys, you know, before I'm gonna be posting it on Patreon, possibly, probably. So if you want to check it out after, it will probably be on Patreon. I'm still debating putting it anywhere else. Not sure, but it will definitely be on Patreon. But yeah, you'll guys be the first ones to see it. So yeah, hold on. Let me switch to it. There we go. Let's turn the music. Okay. There we go. So it's a 20-second animation. It has music in it. The music, our teachers gave us the music, which was pretty cool. And they also gave us some elements that we had to animate. So it was a blue square, a yellow square, and a red circle. And with those three elements, we made the entire animation, which was very challenging, but very, very cool. I enjoyed it a lot, to be honest. So yeah, without further ado, let me show you guys. And let me know if you can't hear anything. It should be fine, but you know, you never know. Let's go. And that's it. Oh no. I hope you could see it. I'm not sure if it was too quick maybe and my computer didn't stream it well. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll be posting it on Patreon and maybe I'll put it up on YouTube so you guys can see it. But thank you. I'm very proud of it. So I'm glad you like it. Yeah. And without anything else, I'm gonna start working on the actual art we're gonna do today, which is gonna be a sticker design where we're actually gonna be using a sketch I did last year or at the end of last year, which is this one. I'm not gonna be using it entirely. I don't really want to. I'll take it well. Because I want to change up a few things. I'm glad the sound and video were fine. I'm very glad about that. Yeah, it was very fun to do the animation, to be honest. But I won't be doing it like the exact same way. I'm kind of having it here as a reference almost. Just because of I like the concept. I want to use this concept. So yeah. Oh, I just realized music back on. There we go. Yeah. So let's start. Let's see what we can do. The whole idea was, I think I sketched this during school, but I'm not even sure when. Yeah. And it was, I mean, pretty obviously inspired by Medusa. And I don't know. I like the idea of making her more modern. Okay, let me see. Making her more modern and see what I can do with her hair. Because, yeah, it's snakes, I know that, but how can those snakes look and how could they be incorporated into a hairstyle that would look cool? So this was just a sketch I did in my previous sketchbook, actually. Let me see. And I thought I really wanted to paint her. So I'm like doing design work and working on the sketch and refining it and seeing what I want to do, and then I'll be painting her probably with gouache. Not so sure yet. But yeah. It's also going to be the first sticker of 2021, which is kind of cool. And I'm excited about. But yeah, we did these animations this week, which was very interesting. We only did it on Thursday. And we did, we're going to be doing it next Thursday too. And then we have like 2 weeks consecutively where we have more like than 3 days or something to work on animations. And they're all like they give us the premise of the animation. We can't just freely animate something, which is fine. I enjoy it because it's easier to learn how the programs work. But it was very interesting. It's very different from anything else I've done. Even just the program is very different. It reminds me more of a video editor than of, I don't know, Photoshop, which was interesting. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm very excited to do more. And if you guys want to, I'll obviously show them once I have anything more. Oh, I'm not liking this profile. Oh. Let's start again. The program's name was Adobe After Effects, which we, like at school, we only use Adobe programs. So that's their special effect program, I guess, or animation program. And it was interesting to learn. I personally, once I like understood the main mechanics, it was pretty easy and intuitive because the program does a lot for you. It yeah, it calculates a lot of things for you. You don't really need to do anything else but tell them where you want the things to go, which is very interesting. But it requires to be very clean while you work, surprisingly. You need to know where your things are. Yeah, it's interesting. I really liked it, to be honest. It reminds me a lot of Premiere, which I have used for video editing and I enjoy a lot. So it was easy to get into. This looks a bit better. I feel like her head is huge, which is fine, but not what we're looking for. Yeah, it's getting close. I mean, it's pretty close to what we did before, which is fine. But yeah. Okay, we need to have her hair needs to, well, her snakes need to come here. We're gonna have a headband here, like a scrunchie probably, because I've been wearing only scrunchies, so why not? We have all these little snakes, which I'm probably gonna have to go and look up a reference because I haven't drawn snakes in a while. And even when I did draw them last, they weren't very good. Like you can see here, they end up looking very dorky, which is okay. I think it's fun and it's funny, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily what I want this to be. So I'm a bit worried about the snakes at the moment, but also trying to ignore that worry because we're not there yet. I've been looking forward to streaming all week because it's so much fun for me. And it gets me to do things which can be difficult. It's a very nice motivator, I guess. Oh, yesterday I couldn't stream because we did an anime night again. A friend of mine and I do these kinda regularly, and they're really fun. And she just comes over, and we basically just watch anime all evening, and it's a lot of fun. And we watched some Jujutsu Kaisen because my sister hadn't watched it yet, so we basically rewatched the first few episodes, and we watched a romance anime, which I'm usually not that keen of. Don't really like them, but I really like this one, which is called Horimiya, and it was very fun, very very cute. And then we watched Skate, also like the first I think 2 or 3 episodes, because my sister hadn't watched that one either. And then I myself just watched the newest Skate episode later on. And oh my god, it's so good. It's getting so interesting. Yeah, I know, right? I thought about just streaming earlier, but I couldn't do it because I had too much to do before my friend came over. Because I've started doing these sketchbook PDFs of all the sketchbook pages I do in a month, and then those will be up on my Patreon every month. So I had to scan all the sketchbook pages for January yesterday because I hadn't been able to do it yet. So, and that took quite a while. I always underestimate how much scanning multiple pages takes. So I just basically spent my evening doing that. Oh, these kind of look like dogs. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. But I basically spent my entire um, afternoon doing that. So that was great. Even though I had woken up so early, I woke up at 8 a.m., which I never do because I'm just not a morning person in any way, shape, or form. So that was a surprise. But I didn't really bring anything because I didn't do anything with it. It always feels like a lie. The whole wake up early and then you can do everything while everyone's still asleep. It doesn't work out. Because if you're awake at 8 on a Saturday when it's your free day, you're not gonna get out of bed. You're just not. At least I'm not. I'm definitely not. So I just spent the day working yesterday and then I had the anime night, which was amazing and very, very fun. I think the last time I drew snakes was 2 years ago. Because I did a project at my old school where I ended up dropping out before I actually finished the project, sadly. But I did this project where I did illustrations of mythical figures, or I guess mythical stories from Greek mythology specifically. And okay, from Greek mythology. And I obviously did Medusa because she's a very classic one, and I actually am very intrigued by the whole story. And I made her, I think I drew her like on top of a mountain or something. It came out really cool. I really liked it. I ended up not doing anything with it because I didn't finish the project, sadly. But yeah, I remember being very proud of it because I hadn't really been drawing or painting any full body illustrations, and she was a full body illustration, and she was also like hunched down and not necessarily in a very common pose. I was very proud of it. This one is going to be a very different one. I'm still thinking about how I'm going to paint her. Thinking about making her just like only using greens, or at least a green color scheme. Because I don't know, I've been struggling with painting a bit, and I've noticed that it helps me a lot if I limit my palette. Like as soon as I do monochromatic paintings, it just works out way more. Which is maybe because it's easier, not entirely sure. I might just enjoy it more because I can concentrate on the different values way more. Yeah, it could be a candidate for a redraw. I've been thinking about redrawing things because I have so many. And even like so many on Instagram that I just I don't know, haven't looked at since I posted them years ago. So maybe I could do a redraw. I've also been thinking about doing a draw this in your style. Because it always looks so fun if people join in and do things. Oh, I hate that. If people join in, I think it looks so much fun. I've been thinking about doing that, but I wouldn't know which painting to choose or which one would work. And I'm also very insecure, so you know. Yeah, I really enjoy them. I want to participate in some more because I haven't. And I used to participate in a lot of them, which I kind of regret not doing anymore. Oh, that would be so cool. I would love to see your interpretation. And I don't know, it would be interesting, but I wouldn't know which one or what to do. That looks weird. Hold on, let me go see and find a good snake reference. Let me see. The snakes are so cute, but I have no idea how to. Especially their faces or their heads. I struggle a lot with those. Also, there are so many different ones. It's kind of difficult. Their eyes are like way closer. Okay. Kind of weird. Their eyes are like here. Oh, that looks better. Oh, that one doesn't, but you know. We're trying. But we'll be figuring out a bit more later on. I like that one. That one's cute. Oh, it's gonna be a mess to clean up in here. Yeah, I didn't do me a lot of favors, did I? You just know that snakes have cheeks? Or at least they look like cheeks. It's very cute. Very nice to draw. I hate this. Why do the keys not work? Fun. Why does this happen? Constantly. It's so frustrating. Mm. Okay. Let's just see if it wants to work now. I don't know yet for how long I'll go today, because I actually went and saw my dad, which is always a bit of an exhausting thing. I mean, it went well. It wasn't like a bad thing, but it's just exhausting, emotionally and mentally, I guess. I'm not sure for how long I'll be going today, but I definitely want to finish up this sketch. Yeah, but today I don't know if you've noticed, might be a bit more low energy, not talking as much, because I'm just genuinely tired more than anything else. And tomorrow I have to go back to school, so it's gonna be stressful few days. I've had a very packed weekend this week, and I'm not regretting it, because almost everything was fun and almost everything was because I wanted to. Like, it wasn't anything mandatory or anything that I had to do. This, for some reason, it just coincided that everything had to be this weekend. So I'm a bit burned out emotionally, which is frustrating more than anything, because I don't enjoy being this. I enjoy hanging out with friends, and I don't necessarily want to be tired every time I do, but that's just how it is. So I need to take care of myself, which is, harder said than easier said than done. Oh my god. Yeah. I apologize if it's a bit low energy. Thank you. I'm trying not to stress in general, which, feel like I might be someone who, oh no, the snake disappeared. I might be someone who just stresses out very quickly, I think, which can be very frustrating. Can be very frustrating. And I don't know. I get stressed very quickly, which in part is definitely due to my, social anxiety or anxiety in general. But it's difficult sometimes to do normal things, especially in regards to social stuff. It's interesting. Let's say that much. I don't know. I always feel like people get annoyed if I talk too much about mental health, or if I talk too much about my anxiety and what I struggle about. And then again, this is my stream, so yeah. Very weird how people react to mental health, or how some people react to mental. Yeah. Especially the stress, just constantly stress. Yeah. And I'm such an overachiever and such a perfectionist on every single level. I try to do everything perfectly at, first try, which is not a good thing and it's not a healthy thing. And I'm fully aware of that. It's very difficult to break customs that you have had for years. I mean, I've had these since I was a child. So I doubt it's going to be something I can just change. And in a way, I like it. I don't mind being a perfectionist to a certain degree. It's just weird. The whole thing is weird. Yeah, people are interesting when it comes to when it comes to mental health. A lot of the times they care to a certain point. They care usually, sadly, a lot of the times they care until it's an inconvenience to them, which is very saddening more than anything else. But yeah, difficult. Yeah, exactly. I don't think being a perfectionist is a bad thing. I never do, and I wouldn't want to not be one at all. I think that would be kind of boring, and it wouldn't be me. So that's also a point, that it just wouldn't be me. But I think there is a certain threshold, I guess, where you have to be careful and not overdo it, which can be very difficult to know where the line is, when it's time to stop and when it's time to take a break. All of those are difficult things. especially nowadays with social media as an artist, it can be very difficult to take breaks because algorithms don't and they don't care if you do. So it can be very damaging. Not necessarily, I mean, it can be damaging to like your account or whatever. But I think it more than that, it can be very damaging to your mental health and to your, I guess, self esteem as an artist or a creator. Because if you took a break and then suddenly you feel like the algorithm is punishing you for leaving or for not being there for a certain amount of time or a certain amount of days, I think it can be dangerous almost because you start believing all that crap about having to be online 24/7 and every day of the year, which is so unhealthy and so bad. It's crazy. Yeah, social media is scary, that's true. Yeah, no, the thing is, I do enjoy it and I enjoy the community and I enjoy getting feedback from people pretty quickly. And I really, really enjoy sharing my art because it's, I mean, what I want to do. But it's difficult not to let it get to you once it doesn't work out or once, I don't know, a painting you worked on takes, like, doesn't do well, which is fine. Like, no, it doesn't everything not everything has to be the best thing ever, but it can be very frustrating, especially if it is something you've been working on for long, which I think I've talked about in another stream, that sometimes in regards to like products, as an artist, once you start doing things, there are gonna be certain things that just don't work out, and that's fine. It's just difficult to see that in the moment, I think. I mean, Instagram has been the absolute worst lately in regards to reach and engagement, especially for artists. I've been talking to a lot of my friends in the art community that have been struggling, and it's been very discouraging to see everyone being so stressed out about a stupid algorithm that just doesn't work the way it should, I guess. At least I don't think it does. But yeah, I mean, it's also a business, as you know. We have to keep that in mind. In the end, it's a business and they technically don't owe us anything because it's free. So it's a weird argument. It's a weird thing to think about. But yeah, I've been talking to a few friends in the community. It's been very frustrating and very sad to talk about it because it takes away the joy of doing art and of posting it and sharing it and having people enjoy it too. Very weird. I actually jumped the ship yesterday, I guess, and posted my first TikTok, which was an experience. Because I tried before, I tried once and I failed miserably. And it was annoying me so much that I just completely stopped going on it. I mean, I don't really use TikTok that much. I am more of an Instagram person, but I just decided no, I can't do this. This is not my thing. I'm not gonna even try anymore. I hate it. So I didn't go anymore. And then yesterday I was like, I mean, I could try once more, and if I still hate it, I just let it go, which is fine. I don't need to be on every single app, you know. That's also not the healthiest thing. So I made one, and it actually came out pretty okay, which was fun. It just takes way more time than some realize doing an actual like thought out TikTok. And it doesn't take as long as, I don't know, painting an illustration, but it takes some time. And then I posted it, and it got the cutest and warmest reception, which was such a mood lifter. And I have this friend who is an amazing artist called Kerfils, um, which you should totally check out. I think I actually have like a picture of him shared on my stories right now. Um, but you should like please check him out. He's amazing. Um, he he has quite a big following on TikTok, I think. I don't know what the margin is on TikTok anymore, so I'm not sure. But he basically shared my first TikTok to his followers and was insanely sweet about it and very, very nice. And some people came over and they watched it, and it was so uplifting, the whole experience, especially after these months and months of struggling with Instagram and struggling with people not seeing my posts or my posts not doing very well, even though I did everything right, and being very frustrated. It was very nice to get to a platform where that's not an issue at the moment. Doesn't mean I'm not going to change to it. I'm not a big TikTok fan. I'm probably going to post a few TikToks and like be on it sometimes, but I'm not going to be making it my whole thing. I just want to enjoy it casually. But it was an interesting experience. Very different. Reminded me a lot of the early days of Instagram, which was nice. Very, very nice. Also, my lineup looks so messy because that's what I usually do when I'm gonna be painting something. I don't like doing full and detailed line art because it's gonna be covered. So it doesn't really make a difference if I do it or if I don't. And I think I actually prefer it this way because then the natural sketch kind of comes out more during the painting process. So I leave as much of the sketch as I can because I do prefer the sketches usually to the finished paintings, which is kind of sad. And I wish I didn't because I work way longer on the finished paintings. But you know, I think a lot of artists have that issue because it just feels more organic. So it just, I don't know, it just looks different, I guess. Yeah, I like doing line art after I finish the painting. Like, I don't mind doing a painting with line art, but line art is always the last step I use because even though it might actually be the one I enjoy doing the most because I really like inking things, it's still the one that limits you the most. So I don't do it at the beginning ever because it's no fun to limit yourself when you're painting, I think, unless it's the premise of the whole thing. Like if you do something monochromatic, then sure, limiting yourself is fine. But limiting the thing you can actually do while painting, nah. Don't like doing that. I'm just doing a rough line art, trying to figure out which lines are the ones I want to keep, which ones don't work, all of that stuff. A bit sad that the snake is kind of hidden. But I mean, it does make sense. Does it make sense for every snake to be free? Yes, it does, because down here they're hidden too. Let's put this little snake up a bit more. Oh, we need to do it differently. I don't want to take part of the other snakes too. There we go. Yeah, let's put him up here, I guess. Maybe we're gonna make him smaller. Otherwise it just looks like copy paste the first one. Don't really want to do that. Because I do like the idea of the snakes feeling like different snakes, not like copy paste snakes. Yeah, I think I like that one more. I don't know if I like her expression though. I liked it more in the sketch in the original one. Oh, that's why. I did the eye. I made her pupil white, which I really like. It immediately makes it look more creepy, which is something I enjoy. I might try that out again. So this would be the actual pupil. Oh, this would be black. Yeah, it immediately changes the mood, I think. Which for now is what I'm looking for. Who knows if I'll keep that. Or if I'll change it up to something else. Don't know yet. Also need to figure out what to do with her mouth. I think maybe just keeping it simple. I think her lips came out way too big. Let me see if I can do it smaller. I like that. I think it's kind of cheeky. Yes. I like her looking angry. Because I mean, the story is insane. Like, some people keep thinking she's a villain, but she literally wasn't. She got turned into what she is simply because one of the gods liked her and wanted to sleep with her. Then another goddess just went crazy, as they do in Greek mythology, which is weird. But yeah, I guess that's how it goes. But I never liked the whole idea of her being portrayed as the angry woman, even though she is after. But it's not her fault. It literally isn't. I'm very fascinated by Greek mythology and ancient Greece in general. It's one of my favorite subjects ever to talk about and to learn about. It's just best. And we had a quite an extensive look into it during art history, which were my favorite weeks ever. Amazing. And we also, at the moment, we're looking at the Renaissance, which is very interesting too. And I'll actually have to be making a presentation about the 16th, I think it's called the 16th Chapel in English. I think it's called La Sixtina in Italian, probably. So I'll be doing a presentation about the big ceiling piece made by Michelangelo, which is the famous God and Adam painting with the hands almost touching and everything, that you can buy on like 1,000 different notebooks. But yeah, I'll be doing a presentation on that, which is gonna be challenging because I'm not the best at giving presentations. I am actually very bad because I get very, very bad anxiety while doing so. So I don't enjoy doing them, if I'm entirely honest. So we'll see how it goes. Thankfully, the teacher is amazing, and she's giving us a lot of help, especially in the research and analysis of the paintings we have chosen. So I think it's gonna be okay. We might struggle a bit, which is fine. But yeah. Oh, I apologize. That was me yawning. I am very, very tired today. So I don't know how long I'll be going for. Today might just be a very short stream. So yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I think it would help if you would be in class. Then I could look to you and be like, okay, it's fine. I'll be fine. But I have some friends that are, I'll probably ask them for some help or for some moral help, I guess. But yeah, I've been told that so many times that I seem very confident when I present, and it just doesn't feel like it at the moment, which I think is a common thing. But it's hard. I hate it. My legs shake, I stutter, and my entire body shakes, and it's just very uncomfortable, the whole thing. And I also feel heavily judged every time I do it, which is not a fun feeling to have. But yeah, we had some we had like, that was interesting. We had 2 weeks ago, or even 3, I think. We had a Thursday morning where we basically practiced presentations together with a teacher. Well, I mean, it's the director of the school, I guess, but he sometimes does like teaching stuff, and he practiced with us presentations. And he gave us, you had to choose a theme from a pile of themes, like the classic ones, like who's your idol, what scares you, where would you want to live, where, all that stuff. And we had to choose one and create a 2-minute presentation and then present it in front of the class. And we had an hour time to, like an hour to prepare it, and then we just had to go. And I did a very serious one. Like, you could do anything, you could do a joke, you could do basically a performance almost, and I did a very serious one because that's the ones I feel most comfortable doing, I guess, because those are the ones I've been doing for a very long time. Because I used to go to a school that was focused on jobs in the medical field in regards to nurses, and also jobs in the educational field and psychology field. So I went to that school, and if you had to do a presentation there, it was gonna be serious. There weren't any performance presentations or anything similar to that. If you did a presentation, it was a serious one, and it usually was a serious topic. So I'm used to those, which is why I chose it. And then I always get very self-conscious because a lot of people in my class are insanely funny, and they're very naturally funny. And I just watched their presentations, and I kept thinking to myself, why can't I do a funny one, or one where I'm basically having fun, or where people are having fun? But I know that I probably couldn't, at least not now. I would have to practice it way more, because I get too anxious about it, and I just block off everything. And I don't think I can be funny if I'm mortified and terrified of what is happening. So I didn't, which is fine. I just remember being very um, critical of myself, which is a difficult thing to change, I think. That looks weird. Kind of looks like this snake turns into this little one, which makes no sense because it's not what it was supposed to be. So I might have to change this little part. See if I can maybe make it more this. I think it looks even more now that oh fuck. Oh no. Okay. Maybe I can just take this one and turn it into a tiny snake here. One. Sounds tricky. Yeah, same. I remember sitting there and watching all the presentations because I was the first one up by choice because I wanted it to be done. Because if I wait more, or the more I have to wait, the more anxious I get and the more difficult it gets. But I remember sitting there and just being like, I have so many talented people in my class in regards to presentation. I mean, I have a lot of talented people in my class in regards to a lot of things, specifically art, to be honest. But in regards to presentation, I have surprisingly talented people in my class. And especially one very, very good friend of mine who did probably the best one in the entire morning. Like, his was outstanding. And he was the last one, and everyone was in tears because we were laughing so hard. It was so good. And his entire presentation was about how he couldn't understand people who enjoyed pineapple on pizza, which is such an interesting theme to choose. And he did it insanely well. And it was so much fun to watch. And so, I don't know, he has a very dry humor. So everything he said sounded very serious. But then he was talking about pineapples. And he was very, he used a lot of dramatic pauses to let it sink in what he was saying. So he did it insanely well. His timing was outstanding. It was just great. The whole thing was just great. And I'm like, I was just in tears while he was talking because it was so funny. There was also one guy who was really, really good. And his entire premise was he was supposed to talk about something that only he can do, or that only he's good at. And he talked about making making oh, how do you call them, like making those packaged noodles. And he kept saying that the the instructions on the back are only meant for inspiration, so then you can do your own recipe, and you can find your own way of doing them. And he kept giving us tips for things. It was so funny. Yeah, I remember that one as well. It was really good. It was a fun afternoon, morning, I mean, but it would have been more fun if I didn't have to present. 'Cause I hated it so much. That just looks awkward, doesn't it? Hmm. It's interesting. As soon as I change something small, as in putting this snake more up, the entire thing doesn't work the same anymore, which might sound very obvious because it is. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I forget stuff like that, and then I start doing it, and it's like, oh, yeah, things influence other things. Wow, who would have thought? I am very tired. I am so exhausted today. I've been sleeping surprisingly well, which is nice. Which is not always the case, as almost anyone can tell you who has ever gone to school with me. I am known for not sleeping well and not sleeping a lot. I sometimes go through um through school days with like 2 hours of sleep, and I just go through a 10-hour day or 8-hour day or whatever, and I just just do it. Not healthy. I am very much aware of that one, but I can't sleep because insomnia is very difficult to overcome, especially if I'm having a rough week. It can be very difficult. Had to miss school because of it, which is always the worst and makes me feel even worse about it because then the anxiety kicks in. So it's a whole, just keeps influencing each other. It makes it very difficult to take a step back and look after myself if I keep feeling guilty for having to do it. So that's always a struggle I encounter. I did manage to go to school the entire week last week, which I was very proud of. Which then I feel very stupid for feeling very proud because everyone else does it every week. Tricky. But I have a nice school. Mainly understanding school. Yeah, insomnia is a fucking bitch. I hate her. It's just rude, man. No, don't slap me. Can't help it. If I could stop it, I wouldn't feel stupid. I'm just very glad that I have found some people, like some friends. I think I've learned that sometimes it's good to be selective when it comes to or who you want to let into your life in a big way. And I think I found a handful of people that I trust, that I want to have in my life. And I'm happy with that. So it's been very nice to have them. A nice support system. Oh, her nose looked too big. Especially because I minimized her mouth. Oh no. I might have to make her nose a bit smaller. Can you not? Thank you. you know, sometimes you just have to ask politely. I am so lame today, which is fine because I usually am, but I just realized it right now. I make lame. Ooh, wow, she looks like she had a job, which I'm not sure if I'll leave it yet. Who knows? Hmm. I think the nose looks too fake. Just making that X there to not forget that I want that to be blank. Yeah, she looks like she's up to something, and I like that. I enjoy it. I think she looks fun. I love making stickers so much. Jeez. I enjoy making stickers so much because I just like seeing all my drawings as stickers. I tried to do another TikTok today. It didn't want to agree with me, so I gave up for a bit. But I have all my stickers I've done since the beginning, I think, which has been years now. I have done a lot of stickers, and I have all the ones that I did in 2020 or Patreon specifically. I did almost every month. I did 2 stickers, which was surprisingly hard to do, but I'm very proud of them because I think they came out very nicely. But I took them out all today, and I just so proud of them. And I think they're so fun. I wanted to do a TikTok showing them off, and it just didn't work out. And it was so frustrating. Also, I mean, it was partly my fault because I just thought, oh, I'll just do it before the stream. It won't be long. Like, it will be fine. Completely ignoring everything I learned yesterday about how long it takes for me to make a TikTok. It was just my stupidness sometimes astounds me as well. Yeah. Stupid keys on my tablet are being assholes again. I don't like. I think that works for the lips. Did we figure it out? Oh my god. I think it's okay so far. I'll have to figure out how I paint it, so it's fine if it's not perfect. Still have to. The eye looks. I've been struggling with drawing eyes from the side profile, I think, the most. Because I do enjoy drawing side profiles, and I think I have it pretty much down in a lot of ways, at least how I like it. But the eyes, I still struggle with the eyes. I think I might have to find a way to draw them how I like them. And, you know, art style is a constant, it is constantly changing. It's fine. But it's, yeah. And I think art style is a very interesting subject that I've gotten a lot of questions about in general, specifically on my Instagram. And I always struggle to answer them because I don't think I have an art style, or at least I don't think I have an art style yet. Because it's still changing. And if you look at like drawings from, I don't know, even just a few months ago, they look so different, or at least a lot of things or a lot of details are different. So I don't really have a consistent style, in my opinion, but other people have a different opinion about that. I've decided to bring down her hair a bit because she was having a very big forehead and it didn't look very nice. I didn't want that. Because I don't want anything to distract from the snakes, from the snack boys, or from anything else. Especially not something like the hairline. That's not really something we want to focus on in this particular painting, do we? Snakes aren't even turning out that bad. I just remembered, beginning of the stream, or earlier in the stream, I said that the last time I painted snakes was when I did that project in school. Just realized that that's not actually true. So that's fake news. I think I did some neon snakes after that, which I then had a huge, very discouraging, very sad thing happening with it, which I'm not gonna be talking about because I'm not really. I don't really want. I didn't really want to. It was just sad. It was in regards to. It was a whole deal with using reference pictures and if that uses copyright and all that stuff. But I remember having a lot of fun painting the snakes. I really, really wanted to make them into prints, and I couldn't because of the whole thing. But I really liked painting them, and I've been like one of them is my most liked picture on Instagram ever. It got insanely viral, at least for my circumstances, which was a very weird experience, but something I'm still very proud of. I'm just sad that for me it has this very negative aftertaste because of what happened. That looks cool. But I was thinking about maybe doing something similar with a lot of color. That's not something I do a lot. You know, I've been trying to find my way again because I used to have a phase, very long phase, where I knew exactly what I wanted to draw and paint, and I just did it, and it was all very related to each other. It was very surreal, everything it had, and I liked it a lot. And I kind of fell out of it because I kept thinking that I had to change it up, that I had to move on and do different things, and I couldn't just draw the same exact thing every single time, and that I had to change it up. And like just stopped doing it, which was the whole. I don't know if you guys are familiar with my work, I guess, or with my Instagram more specifically. I had a phase where I drew heads split open a lot, and like cut open and split open and ripped apart and stuff like that, and really loved, really, really did. And then I just stopped because I got self-conscious about it, which I think a lot of people, a lot of artists experience something like that. It's difficult to not feel like you are being boring essentially. So I stopped doing that. And now every time I draw it, I feel like I'm stepping back and I'm going back to that, which feels very weird. So I've been trying to avoid it, I guess. But I did a notepad design. I feel like I'm just rambling, and I apologize if this makes no sense, or if I just jump between points. But yeah, I did a notepad design, which I'm still working on. Might be released in February. No, I'm feeling very weird about releasing things at the moment because I feel very, very self-conscious. But it might be released soon. I hope so. Been working on it very hard. And that one is with a split head. It's very reminiscent, I think, of my past artwork with a very now face, I guess. They changed a lot of things. And I made it more simplistic because it's digital artwork, and my digital art is usually more simplistic than my paintings, or it feels more simple. But I like it. But I don't know if it's still relevant. I don't know if people still like it, or if they have moved on. I have to see. I should probably post it on Instagram and just get over it and see how people react and what people say. But I don't know. I have so many ideas and then I don't do them simply because I'm self-conscious or because I'm worried about people not caring or not wanting them. Which is not me trying to say, oh guys, please, I want you to buy at all. It's just genuinely difficult, I think, for me to put my stuff out there without feeling like I have, how can I say this? Without feeling like I failed if it doesn't sell. Does that make any sense? And does it sound too whiny? Because I'm feeling like I might be just sounding very whiny. But I guess, I mean, that's just how I feel. So, there's not really much changing that. But it's, at least for me, it's difficult. I'm sure it's difficult for a lot of people. But it does feel like failing, which is something I struggle with a lot. And it's very difficult to bounce back from it and realize that it's okay that not everything does well. And that's fine. It's difficult. Very difficult. Glad to hear so. Glad it doesn't sound too whiny. It's, I don't know. Especially if you put in, I mean, I know people like to say money doesn't matter a lot. They like to say that a lot. And I get that. And I agree to a certain degree. But if you put in a lot of financial, if you put in a lot financially to a project, be it something small or something big, it doesn't really matter how big the thing. It's insanely discouraging if you just have it sit there. Which doesn't mean I want people to buy it because they feel bad for me. And it doesn't mean I want people to buy it in general, to be honest. It just means that I need to learn to deal with that. Because I think it's a normal thing when it comes to having a business. You have to learn what works and what doesn't. And you can't learn it unless you try it. So I think that's what I need to learn. Or what I need to, I don't know, learn more about, because I do know it to some degree. It's just difficult to really know it, because you know it rationally. You still feel sad, which is also okay. I'm rambling again. I'm just a rambly person, which is, I don't even know. I am so tired. apologize for this mess of a stream, especially now at the end. I might have to finish up soon, which I think I've said a few times. But I think I really, really need to. I'm getting very, very tired. And I'm noticing myself rambling. And I'm not sure where I'm going with my points. But yeah. I think I'm happy with the sketch though. I like it. I like the snakes. I like the position of the snakes. I like her face a lot. Surprisingly. I really like her eyeball. I like her eyeball. I'm not yet sure about the eye itself. I might change that one up a bit, make it a bit smaller. But in general, I like it. And I'm excited to paint it and turn it into a sticker. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it for today. And I'm gonna end this today. Thank you so, so much for joining and for listening to me ramble about anything and everything. But I hope you have a wonderful Sunday or Sunday evening if you live in the same time zone as I do. And I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll hopefully see you next week if you want to join me again. Anyway, thank you so much for joining. You have a wonderful evening. Bye.